Like any good Mac Venture game, Shadowgate has its secrets. There are two mysteries with this game that I haven't figured out, and it doesn't seem that many other people have either. The first is with this locked door near the end of the game. The keys don't unlock it, and there's just no way that I can think of to open it. What's behind the door? The next secret, which is the biggest, is with this big landslide in the waterfall room. You can clearly see that it's listed as an exit in the exits window, but these rocks prevent you from going that way. It's not necessary to go through here to beat the game, but man, does it have my curiosity piqued. There is a mention of it in the hint manual, but all three clues tell you to forget about it, almost taunting in language. I searched old Usenet posts, and there were rumors about using a particular potion positioned in a particular spot and hitting it with a sling using a certain rock to blow it up. Well, I tried all the rocks on the potions, even the ones in the laboratory, with no luck. But when I tried drinking this potion, it said my body exploded. So I'm wondering if that might be important. I don't know, man. I haven't figured it out. If you know, definitely let me know, and I'll do a follow-up video. A few months ago, I released a video where I talked about the original Macintosh version of the classic game Shadowgate. In that video, I touched on the mysteries and Easter eggs that were still unsolved within the game. Unfortunately, I think we reached a point where this stuff just got so obscure that the instructions to access the secret area, whether from news group posts or word of mouth, had all been lost and forgotten over time. Today, I've got great news regarding these secrets, and I'm happy to say that after contacting Dave Marsh, one of the game's original developers, I believe just about everything is now figured out about the original Macintosh version. In this video, I'm going to go over the items you'll need to access the secret area, the pixel-perfect procedure you'll have to perform, and explore a little bit inside of the secret area, and the mysteries within. Welcome to gruz. When I made my original Shadowgate video, I didn't have high hopes of actually finding out how to access the hidden area in the waterfall room. I already knew it was going to be a cryptic method to access, mostly because of the difficulty we went through to find the secret black hole area in another ICOM Mac Venture game, Uninvited. I had a vague clue that you needed a specific bottle and the sling, but other than that, I was completely stumped. I didn't know what to do. I looked high and low. When I made the Shadowgate video, I honestly started to believe that it might have just been lost to time. Thankfully, a couple of months or so after the video went up here on YouTube, I was contacted by a friendly guy who goes by Gale. Gale is a fellow retro Macintosh fan who's been at it a long time, and back in 2007, Gale had preserved the instructions to access the secret area and created a guide based on a long-lost newsgroup post. He shared the secret with me, thankfully, because as I recently found out, not even Dave Marsh himself remembered how to get in there. That's just how cryptic this was. So thank you, Gale. So to do this secret, you don't have to venture too far into the game. All of the items you'll need are towards the beginning, in the area around the front of Castle Shadowgate. First, you'll need to grab the key in the entrance and make your way through the doors and down the hallway. Next, you'll need to take the key out of the book and grab some torches, including the special torch. Next, you'll need to go through the secret passage in the wall. Now, inside the chamber, pull the torch on the wall to open the secret door. Now, you'll probably want to light your special torch so that you can deal with the wraith coming up. Then go through the left door in front of you. Now in this chamber, you've got to grab the leftmost potion. This potion is what we're going to use to create an explosion, so make sure to put the lid on it and then grab it. Next, we need to move all the way back to the beginning hallway and use this key, the key we got from the book, to open the closet door and then go in there. Right now we only have to grab the sling. The sword is useful later in the game to finish off and kill the Cyclops in the courtyard. But for this secret, we don't need it. So we make our way back out, down the hallway, and this time we hang a right. From the 3 doors, we need to go right again, walking by the shark-infested lake and through down to the waterfall. So here we are. We've got all the items we need, some torches, the bottle, and the sling. Now, in order to pull off this secret, the bottle has to be closed, and it needs to be placed in a pixel-specific spot, which is right here, on top of the bottom stair, lined up exactly as shown. You can find the spot where it needs to be by lining up the white pixels on the top left of the bottle with this specific white pixel that's on the background. There should be exactly 1 pixel of black in between the white background pixel and the top left white pixel on the bottle. It has to be lined up exactly like this, in this exact spot, otherwise it won't work. So now that we have the bottle lined up as we need it, we need to find a good rock on the ground and load it into the sling. There are several rocks here, thankfully, because the difficulty of lining up the bottle like you need it is insane. You'll probably need a lot of rocks. Alright, now that we have the bottle in position and a rock loaded into the sling, the bottle needs to be heated so that it will explode when we chuck the rock at it with the sling. So to heat it, we use the torch on the bottle. And to throw you off even further, the narration text tells you that the vial does not catch on fire. It says nothing about it heating up. There are absolutely no hints that this is going to work, but heating the bottle right before you throw the rock at it is required. So don't heat the bottle until you have the rock loaded up and are ready to smash it. Alrighty, here we go. The bottle's in position, the rock's loaded up, and the bottle has been heated. It's time to throw the rock at it. Here goes! The heated bottle explodes, clearing the landslide. We did it. Finally, after all this time, we're able to see exactly what is in the secret area. Here we go. This is the Todd Zipnik Memorial Secret Room. So this is it. A room called Dummy. It's a white room with a bottle of wine or champagne, and the words TMON is right in the center. Honestly, I think this entire secret was meant as a joke by the developers, and in my opinion, it hasn't aged very well. I'm sure it's confusing to 99% of you guys, so let's look at this a little closer. If we examine the TMON logo here, it says, "This is the fabled symbol of the Circle of 12. This is a reference to the backstory in the game that you can read about in the library. Basically, the Circle of 12 were a group of wizards who protected the land. And this here says TMON was their symbol. TMON was actually another product developed by ICOM Simulations. It was a Macintosh debugger with some advanced features for its time. So this was just joking about that. Of course, I did install TMON and I fired it up in this room just to check and make sure that there wasn't a hidden message in memory or something. And nope. Nothing that I was able to find. You can't move the TMON logo or really interact with it much at all. Nothing that I've found anyways, so I believe that's about all that there is to that. If you want to learn more about TMON, I've linked an interesting article in the description. Another interesting part of this room is that upon entering, it says that it is the Todd Zipnik Memorial Secret Room. Todd Zipnik was the founder of ICOM Simulations, and unfortunately, he passed away back in 1991. You might think that this is nice. It's a memorial room to remember him. But what doesn't really make sense to me is that this game was released in 1987. Zipnik passed away in 1991. This memorial room was created while he was still around, which is interesting if it was supposed to be a joke. I also had the idea that maybe it was known at the time that Zipnik's condition was terminal, but there's no way to really know without talking to people that worked with him. This was one of the questions I brought up when I contacted Dave Marsh. He told me that he didn't think that Zipnik had been diagnosed at that point, but he would let me know if he was able to find out more information. I haven't heard anything, but if I do, I'll add it to the description or a comment below. So this is pretty much all that's to this secret room. You can drink the wine, which is nice, and apparently it tastes pretty good too. After messing around in this room a bit, it kicks you back out and a new landslide covers it back up, and there's no way to get back in. Another mystery I had wondered about when I made the original video was what is behind the locked door in the well room. Well, unfortunately, nothing. According to Dave Marsh, there was content that had to be cut from the game in order to fit it on the floppy disks. He said there were a number of rooms, including a spider room, a prayer room, a scorpion, and a basilisk. He thought the door by the well was one of those that had to be removed. Another thing I wanted to test was if the waterfall secret works in the ports of Shadowgate. Shadowgate got several ports over the years to systems like the Apple IIgs, the Nintendo NES, and even an updated remake on Windows version 3. If you're wondering about the newest 2014 remake of Shadowgate, you can't do the secret in that version because the layout is different. Not all the stuff you need is there, and even the stairs aren't in this version. So for the ports, I started by checking out the Apple IIgs version of Shadowgate. And while all of the items you need are in the game, including the blocked staircase in the waterfall room, I was not able to get this secret working in this version. I just can't find the correct placement. I spent a good 30 minutes with it, placing the bottle in different spots and using up all the rocks trying to get it to work. It's probably possible, but I just couldn't get it going. Next, I turned my attention to the NES port. Here on this version, it does have the bottle and the sling, as well as the blocked staircase in the waterfall room. But on this version, you can't drop stuff, so I couldn't put the bottle where it needs to be. I tried a ton of different ways to make the bottle go boom, but nah. Ultimately, I had no luck. It wouldn't even let me heat up the bottle on this version, telling me not to do that. Ah well, it's either not possible on this version, or else the steps are very different. And I'm leaning towards the former. Finally, I tried out the early 90s remake of Shadowgate for Windows version 3. Not surprising, this version also has everything you need to perform the trick. The potion, the sling, and the staircase in the waterfall room. But yet again, it's unclear where exactly to put the bottle. I tried forever to find the right spot. And surprise, surprise, I couldn't find it. Well, that's about all I've got for this secret today. At this point, I think I can put the secrets of this game to rest, for now. My biggest curiosities in this game have been solved. Seeing what's inside the waterfall staircase was amazing. And I gotta say, even though those inaccessible rooms were explained to be an unfortunate limitation of the day, it was mean as hell for them to leave those exits in the game. The way these mysteries were designed, it's almost like they didn't want people to find them. There are no hints, and really the only way people could have known about these would be if they had talked to one of the developers. It's a shame we weren't able to get into the secret room on other versions. I'm particularly curious about what the Windows 3 version has in that room. If anyone out there wants to take this on, please do let me know if you find anything. But for now, I thank you for your time today and for checking out this secret with me. I really find these old lost secrets interesting. So thank you again to Gail for making this possible. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it. It really helps me out here on YouTube. If you're interested in more secrets like this one, I also did a video about the secret black hole in the game Uninvited. That one was cool. Also, if you haven't seen it, make sure to check out the full video I made of Shadowgate. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.